Hello, everybody. Um, integrations of arts and technologies has become the latest, development of art, and basically it gives, artists a new room, for the expressions of arts, and also, it provides interactive experience for audience and create a more sustainable environment for art creations. Mr. Kevin Lee, the founder of Red Sports. And hopefully we'll be talking about some latest trend and hottest technologies in arts applications such as 5G, hologram, augmented reality, virtual reality, and also NFT, etc. And hopefully we can get some insights on how we can apply those technologies to create more, wonderful content and facilitate the delivery of art creations. Thank you, Viva. And Calvin, please.
Okay, thank you. My name is Kevin. I'm the founder and CEO of Response Creative. And actually, we have been in the media technology industry for more than almost 20 years now. And actually, myself, I used to be a TV drama series producer for more than 5 years. So I produced more than 200 hours of TV drama programs. So with this background and knowledge, since I started my own business, we have been applying a lot of different kind of technology and developing our proprietary solutions for the media and creative industry, including like augmented reality, virtual reality, a lot of solutions. And in recent years, we have been promoting our unique solution, what we call the real-time animation solution, aka the virtual idol system. Yeah, because that's the major industry that are utilizing our solution. So when I say virtual idol, you may imagine like we have like virtual singers dancing and singing, but they're like all virtual characters. And with this solution, actually we are combining a lot of different technology, including motion captures, facial recognitions, voice recognitions, real-time animation rendering, to provide this solution for our users, where they can create all this kind of like animated contents in a very efficient and effective way. Because the traditional way of producing animations, you need a big team, let's say 20 people, take a few weeks or even months to create like a 5 minute kind of animation. But right now, with our solution, when we produce this, what we call the 5 minutes animation, actually we just need 5 minutes because everything is done real time. So it's a very effective, efficient way. And because it's real time, not just that we can produce this kind of animated contents in a very efficient way, we can also do live performances. So this is what we have been doing right now. So we're working with musicians, dancers, singers, and a lot of different partners that can utilize this solution to create a lot of animated contents. So actually we can have a look with a short video here. And this is a demonstration of our solution. So on on the top, you can see the video. There's something happening on the stage, but at the same time, on the bottom, you can see that this is actually the making of. So you can see there is a virtual dancer dancing on the screen, but actually is danced by a real dancer at the same time. So you can see when the camera moves, you can see there's a dancer, there's a singer. So what we're trying to do here is that because I love musical, by the way. Yeah, I love musical. So we're trying to produce this kind of animated musical, but not on a pre-recorded basis. We are doing on live. So you can see there's a dancer there, there's a singer there. So for traditional musicals, you may need like talents who can sing, who can dance, with all the talents in one single individual. But right now, with this solution, we can have like talents from different kind of performers, including like dancers, they can just perform their dancing. Singers, they can just sing. So we can combine different kind of talents into one single characters by different performers at the back. So this is what we've been doing, and so we're trying to apply this solution maybe on the stage performances. So right now we are actually through Cyberport, we are discussing with RCSD and a lot of like art groups that they may be able to use this kind of solutions to do some online live stream kind of stage performances with real-time animation. Yeah, so this is what we are doing right now.
Thank you, Kevin. I think this is actually a very clear and strong message to the artists out there. Is don't worry about the technologies.
Yep.
Our tech company will make it so simple that even I was told that even primary school students.
Yep. Actually, the solutions are being used in primary schools right now.
Yeah, and can actually create animation wearing the gears
Yep.
and just acting it.
Yeah,
Right?
because in traditional way, you need to learn all this like 3D Max Maya, a lot of animation like solutions and software. Right now, this is a no-brainer. Even like primary school students, they can create minutes of animation contents within an hour. Yeah, so
Exactly.
this is what we're
Right.
doing.
Thank you, Kevin. And Kevin, you already talked a little bit about how this could be used in the stage performance, and maybe you can elaborate a little bit more, the future directions of how this integrate with stage performance and others.
Yeah, sure. I think I will be looking into like two perspectives. One is like the individual, I would say, performing arts kind of perspective. Another one is as a whole industry kind of perspective. Talking about individual performing artists, as I just mentioned, um, traditional kind of performing artists, you need to train yourself in like if you want to dance better, you need to train your dancing, you need to train your singing. If you're not good looking, you may need plastic surgeries or something. So you need a lot of different kind of resources and elements to enhance yourself as an individual. But right now with this technology solutions, we can have different people acting as a team to create the talent and the personality of this single virtual individual. So how we are looking at it is just not like virtual idol kind of entertainment. We're actually trying to look in another perspective is that whether or not this can be another kind of art form where a team of talents to I would say operate or maybe create all the contents for this virtual individual. So this would be something very brand new kind of positioning of this kind of performing artist. This is one thing. And talking about the whole industry, what we're looking in the future is more, we are looking into very deeply on metaverse. So I think people may know what metaverse is.
Yes.
And so right now there are a lot of like big metaverse in the market. And what we're trying to do here is that we are trying to create a, let's say, virtual performance kind of metaverse where people with talents, those individuals I've just mentioned, they can have a platform, they have a virtual world where they can have a lot of different kind of like virtual venues, like kind of stage. They can have different kind of performances in this metaverse. And a very good reference is that there is a very famous rapper called Travis Scott last year, and his virtual concert was a big hit. I would say a little bit more is that this rapper, he used to have like a lot of concerts, and usually he makes around 1 million US for each individual shows. And on this metaverse, Fortnite, his 9-minute concert make 20 million US dollars, which is all virtual. Of course, he is performing at the back, but the whole visual effects are like virtual stuff. Yeah, so I think this would be another new thing in addition to NFT. We're right now talking about metaverse, and so I think with all this solution that we're using, the next step we'll be applying in the metaverse. So people with talents, they can not just perform on stage, they can actually perform in this metaverse in the virtual world where everyone can see, and maybe they can make much more money than they used to be.
Yeah. And for those people that haven't experienced metaverse, I understand there's a room here, and that you can go and check it out. Because I think we only have around 20 minutes left. Probably we'll carry on this for another 5 minutes before we open the floor. Let's keep our answer a little bit more brief so that we can discuss more topics. Well, the moment of truth, right? We have organized for you guys to meet the artists at the Art Cross Tech meetup. Any feedback from the artist group? I mean, are they really able to use your technologies, after we kind of showcase them? Can you give us some feedback from the LCSD event?
Yep, that was a great event indeed, because in the art meetup, there were like hundreds of people from art groups, from the government departments, LCSD, and for them, this kind of solutions is kind of new stuff. So they took some time to understand and digest. But then actually we have arranged like various meetings with them, with the government officials, and also with different art groups. And the feedback is very positive. And so on one hand, they are doing some kind of testing on how they are going to apply into their own kind of like art performance or their own applications. And what's good is that because the whole solution is a proprietary solution developed by our team. So actually, we can tailor-make some kind of features for special needs for special art groups. So let's say musicians and dancers and singers, they may need different things. So right now we are in this kind of process.
Okay.
But at the same time, actually, the RCSD, they do have very specific requests on some kind of applications, especially no matter it's on stage or whatever. So the content is the output. So right now with all the social media and like online channels and live streaming platforms, there are actually like numerous of platforms where they can demonstrate their own contents. So right now I think it's a very good way that not just that we can facilitate how they create their own content, it can also match us with their own like social media strategy on how they spread around the contents. So I think the timing is perfect right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. Let me then open the floor. I'll basically double check the any potential questions already in the. Okay. Maybe I'll get start with one of the questions is about young artists. I know that some of you are actually teaching in universities, and even some of the artists or aspiring artists, right? That want to be professionals. How would you, what is needed to equip the younger generation artists, to embrace technology and integrate technology into art in the future artwork? Maybe I'll get started with Kevin.
Yeah, I can share a bit more. So actually, I am a guest lecturer in a university. I'm teaching a few courses on like bachelor programs, master programs, and mainly on creativity side. So what I can see is that as what Kenny just mentioned, there are a lot of like existing artists or designers. They may not be very familiar with all this kind of new technology, but they have been working on their own art form or art pieces kind of contents for like many years. So it may be a little bit difficult for them to understand the technology and then adopt in their own like style kind of creations. But when we are back talking about students and youngsters in universities or even younger, I think in this era, they're very familiar with all these technologies, so they can easily understand everything. Actually, maybe they're playing it every single day. So when we are teaching this kind of new technology for them and tell them how you can adopt this technology in your creations, it's much more easier, to be frank. Yeah, you don't need to spend a lot of time. Actually, just explain it and they can learn it. So I think it's a very important foundation for the next 2 decades because these are the roots. So as long as you plant a seed today, they understand this technology and they will start thinking about how they can use these solutions and technologies in their creations. So I think this is what we have been doing. And at the same time, I think very importantly is that we'll talk about the market. Let's say NFT is something new, metaverse is something new. So they need to know, okay, there is something called NFT, there is something called metaverse. So there are a lot of new opportunities when they do their own creations. They're not just hiding in their lab or in their workshops and just doing the creations. Because the more they know about the market, the more they can think about something new. So I think this is a very important message that we need to bring this kind of solutions, technologies, and even the market informations to the students and youngsters so they can start thinking about how they can do their creation in the future.
Okay, thank you. I've got another question about, maybe any question from the floor here?
Yeah,
please.
Do I need a microphone or can I just speak?
Yes, at the back, please.
Yeah, thank you for a fascinating discussion today. Both Kenny and Jack spoke about the commercial applicability of NFTs. I guess what I think a lot of people find potentially confusing, there seem to be many different types of NFTs, and I wonder, is there any role for greater standardization or uniformity so that when artists are indeed sort of consumers, potential purchasers, they won't be confused by, which NFT is better than another NFT. So there won't be, we'll avoid a situation where some form of hierarchy will, unfortunately develop, which will be counterproductive. So is there any clarity that perhaps the gentleman can provide?
So for my field, I think I've just mentioned metaverse is part of the future. And I think because when people who are not familiar with metaverse, they may think it's crazy, okay, because they're selling lands, they're making buildings, they have shops inside. But what I would like to say is like, everyone is using smartphone right now, right? So it's been like since 2007 when iPhone first launched. So before the launch of iPhone, like 15 years ago, when I tell you that in 15 years, every single person in the world will be using their phone, doing everything, doing payments, shopping, and even work stuff, everything will be done in your phone. No one will believe in us. But right now it's happening. So for metaverse, I think it's the same direction, is that we believe that is going to happen. Maybe 5 years, 10 years, but it will happen. But not necessarily be everyone will be like living in the virtual world. But maybe like everyone is using social media right now. Maybe a lot of people will be spending average 2 to 3 hours every single day on the metaverse. So this is what we are seeing.
But I will call it an end for this panel.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for your insightful sharing. And thank you, for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.